tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, AfterBuzzers. We're here during another AfterBuzz TV after show for MTV's Teen Wolf Season 5, Episode 14, The Sword and the Spirit. I'm your host, Kristen Snyder. You can follow me at Cinematic Escape. Joining me, Courtney Tezeno.
Hey guys, keep in touch with me at Teznos on Twitter and Instagram, and use that hashtag ABTVTeenWolf. I'll be shouting you guys out.
And Elena Jordan.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at Elena Jordan and on Instagram at That Elena Jordan Girl.
And Ryan Malady.
Hey guys, it's Ryan. Welcome back. You know where to find me. And tonight, you can find us at the live chat. Go to youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV to chat with the group. And give us a thumbs up if you like what you see tonight. You should, because we have some special guests. Kristen, why don't you introduce our special guests here tonight?
As promised, we have two special guests for you guys this evening. We have Meagan Tandy, who plays Brayden.
Hi. Good to see you all.
Thank you for being here.
I wish I had a flower to throw.
I know. I was just catching to smell it.
And we have Angela Harvey, who is a writer on Teen Wolf and has promised to help us unravel the Teen Wolf mysteries this evening.
As much as I can.
Yes. Help me unravel it too.
So call us and ask these lovely ladies a question at 424-253-0504. Again, that's 424-253-0504. Guys, there's so much betrayal this episode. Lots of blood. And Stydia. I loved this episode. Thank you guys for being here to discuss it with us and making it special. I mean, Brayden, how do you prepare for such a badass role?
Oh my gosh, that was my exact word.
I don't know. I basically just, show up and do my thing. No, it's been... I don't know. Brayden is just so fun to just play, and she's such the opposite of me. Like, Brayden just, never smiles. She has no personality. She's not really a chatterbox like I am. So it's fun just basically playing, my alter ego and preparation. I don't know. I just have a little chit-chats with Angela before I hop on, and then, boom, I just do it.
Oh, that's
click,
sweet.
click, boom.
Click, click, boom.
Yes, that's what you should have done to Theo. Oh my god,
I was so ready to shoot him. I loved how you guys put that in the script, where basically, I just met him, and I'm already trying to shoot the dude. I wish Malia had let me do it, but it's okay.
Even Animal Clinic, I was ready for her to
Yeah. Boom.
Angela, why didn't you let her keep that gun? Seriously.
I mean, things had to happen.
Jeez.
Angela, just quickly, what has changed this season on Teen Wolf in the writer's room?
What's changed?
Yeah. It seems like there's so many bad guys this season. There's so many enemies. You guys are bringing back more each episode.
Dun, dun, dun. Like Deucalion.
Yeah, well, the first half of the season is so dark. The whole first half of the season is really about this pack fracturing and falling apart, and what it takes for people to weave in between such tight friends, the secrets and the lies. And then the second half of the season is bringing back that Teen Wolf fun and getting them back together, restoring those friendships. So.
This sounds a lot like high school.
Yeah, right.
Especially senior year, you were worried about losing your friends.
I think I blocked all that out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Javuda.
Oh my goodness.
You guys, I want to know, who is the Javuda? So we know that the Hellhound is Parish, and that's explained this episode. Who do we think the Javuda is? You guys can guess, and then Angela's going to tell us.
Yeah, but
The beast.
The beast.
La
beast.
bête, or however you
Yeah, you
pronounce
guys
I
can
just
teach
say
us
the
pronunciations.
pronunciations. I can't pronounce things as fancily as you can, so I just go with the beast.
Yeah, I'll go with the beast too.
Are we talking about the maid of the Javudal?
No,
Or the actual beast itself?
Yeah,
The
who's
beast.
gonna
Yeah,
be the beast?
Who-
Because they
who
said
is the
it's a
beast?
student
Yeah.
walking around who doesn't even know
I
that
think
they
he's
turned
Mason.
But it's like a former student, though, right? Didn't it say it's like a bad?
'Cause it's who
I'm
you
gonna
are.
ask you. She knows
Teenage.
the answers, so you know.
The teenage chimera, you know.
Yeah.
Who is that? Who is the beast?
A lot of people on social media were saying Danny.
They think it's Danny?
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
that
that's-
it's Brett Talbot. We've had Cody St. New in the studio with us before, and we haven't seen him yet this season, but I know he's coming up. So that's my guess. They think Mason.
Interesting.
I can't answer the
all solid
question, so
I agree with
yeah.
Price right here in the live chat. It's either Mason or Danny.
Yeah, everyone keeps saying Danny on my feed.
I'm not thinking it's Danny, but okay.
she's an expert too. She knows.
And
She
she's
knows.
sure. I like
I'm
this.
Yeah,
just
your
guessing.
predictions are always like pretty good. I remember from the last
Thanks.
time, like me and Alyssa were sitting here, and you were saying some things, and I was just like, "This girl is good. Did she read the scripts?" Like I didn't know what was going on. So yeah,
I write as well, so
Yeah.
I just these are just my writer's predictions.
Always
Well, you
spot
might
on.
Be right again.
Mr. Punny. Okay, so what do you guys think of Gerard and Argent working together and coming back? This father-son combination.
love
Should we
it.
it's
trust
so awesome.
Argent?
That's like one of my favorite things about this season, besides myself, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Do we trust Gerard though?
I like him.
Yeah. That's
I think
like
in
the
this
buddy
case we
cop
can.
movie I want to see.
Yeah, he's like he's got no room for baloney. You know, he's there to get stuff straightened out, and that's what he's there for.
Well, he put the Dread Doctors to rest. Now, do we have to worry about the Dread Doctors now that Gerard's back and he kind of like put their frequency in there?
I feel like I would always be worried about those.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we gonna get like a backstory about the Dread Doctors, or can you tell us
Yes.
anything about them?
It's so good. I mean, if I do say so. I love it. I think it all comes together toward the end of the season, and it just kind of like gives you those puzzle pieces that click all the way back to 501, where you're just, and maybe even beyond, where it's just like,
Ooh.
I
Dun dun
get it.
dun.
Yeah.
I like
It's
that.
fun.
Okay, so you tell me. So all of our questions will be answered by the end,
By the end.
and more.
Yeah. And
But wait, watch in the next 10 days, and
Ryan, you and your pun.
I'm just excited to have
Ryan.
a writer and an actor here in the studio with us. I can't contain myself.
she's read all the scripts.
She knows.
Have you guys already started on season 6 writing it?
We have. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Dish. Yeah, we
Yeah,
started
look at
actually. We started writing season 6 before we were done shooting.
That's right.
The end of 5B. So
Wow.
we've been going since a little bit before Christmas.
So you know where this is going.
Yes.
You can tell us all these secrets. So Kira and her dad get together again, and he kind of breaks her sword apart. How do you guys feel about this? Is she going to be the maid of Javuda with the spear? Because she doesn't have a sword anymore.
I think Lydia might be the maid of the Javuna. But,
Yeah.
I mean, that sword was going out of fashion anyway. You know, so last season.
Gotta get a new one,
time to get a
right?
new
Yeah,
belt,
it's
you know?
slim belt. For the next
Exactly, the
spring.
slim one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like outfox the fox. Like
I love
Yeah.
that line,
Yeah.
by the way. That
Yeah,
was
that
cool.
was like
Outfox
that.
the
That
fox.
was
That
you,
was
wasn't it,
it
Angela?
wasn't actually. It was Jeff Davis.
He
I
did?
wish.
Oh,
that
man.
one
there
was
were
mine.
so many good lines this episode, like
Yeah.
the shadow pretending to be real. I was like, ooh, chill from
Yes.
the beginning. I love
I love that Argent switches his gun. It's like,
Yeah.
the shadow pretending to be real. I better pull out the.
Going back to the Dread Doctors again, they said that, you know, they were putting all these bodies underneath there with the insects we see.
Yeah, that just ain't right.
That was, that was
So
dark.
you guys, why are they doing this? Are they protecting the Javuda, like his real identity? Because if, you know, he's killing these people, are they like hiding the bodies so that he's protected? Or why do you guys think they have all these bodies?
I feel like Parish is the person that goes after dead bodies, so maybe they're trying to lure him there, or that could be something.
I like
Going
that.
Yeah, because he does see it, so that
Yeah.
that makes sense. I like that.
That's what I think.
Yeah, weren't we recently disposing of bodies at the
Nematon?
the Nematon?
Yeah.
Now we got bodies underground and on a mural. What was that Latin phrase? Memorari?
Damnatio memoriae.
Thank you.
Yeah, say that again.
Yes,
I
please.
can't even pronounce it.
Damnatio memoriae. We spent so much
Damnatio
time trying to
memoriae.
pronounce it. We
Make sure
Googled
it's
it
right.
and played it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
One more time for us, what is it?
Damnatio memoriae.
Now say it 10 times.
Bellissima.
We need to have our French teacher call in because you did a good
Yes.
French
Well,
accent.
Kristen with the je vous donne.
Yeah.
A French teacher called in and actually taught us how to pronounce this. We were struggling first
Yeah.
episode,
Yeah.
and we had someone call in. Speaking of callers, should we go ahead and take a call?
Yes.
Marissa,
Yes.
our engineer Marissa, do we have any callers on the line?
We actually don't, not yet, but again,
Okay.
the number 424-253-0504.
We could
Guys,
use
don't
our,
be shy.
we could use our
Tweet it.
Latin professor.
I will
for-
say,
Hopefully I
shout
get the
out
right
to everybody
number.
in the chat. They are just all they're with me, Stydia, all the way.
Oh,
Everyone's
my
losing
God.
their minds
Yeah.
over Lydia and Stiles.
Angela, I heard it's not going to happen from Jeff. Jeff's like, I don't want it to happen. It's going to be one of those things that they don't give us. Is that true?
I am not going to contradict Jeff on any level at any time. If that's what he said, then
That's
yeah,
what
don't
we
say
go.
he said.
I love them.
I know.
I wanted more from Kira this episode. I feel like every episode we get a little bit here and there, and I just really want a little bit more of her backstory or her journey as she fights this spirit.
what'd you think of? I mean, I know you guys already did the after show for last week, but we had a big Kira episode last week.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that
great.
episode.
Yeah, wasn't that great?
Loved
I
it.
want to be a
I love that.
skinwalker.
I know, me too.
You would look great as
I
a
was
skinwalker.
like, Brayden should be some skinwalking something because they look awesome. I mean,
Absolutely.
don't put that in there, but you know, if it weren't for Brayden, you know, skinwalker.
I think you probably trained those girls, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
teach them how
She
to
would.
work it and come out of the sand all like sexy and badass.
I see it.
Yeah, I was
Love
gonna
it.
say.
I see it.
I think that would be an awesome
me up.
Comic-Con costume too. Like that would be
Oh,
a great
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
cosplay. Skinwalkers.
I think
calling
it should
it
just.
now.
I think it should just
Let's
go
see
back
what
in
comes up.
season. You know, I feel like girls should just wear that now. Why not? Why cosplay?
Just randomly.
Ryan,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, heck no.
That would be kind of awesome.
That
Courtney,
would be
do you
kind of
have
awesome.
some
No.
shout outs
Tuesday,
you
but
wanted
it's
to do?
like
Thank you.
Skinwalker Sunday.
No, we actually have we have a
The
prediction.
chains and
Florina,
the-
she
yeah.
always calls in. She actually thinks that it's Allison that's coming back, and that's the person that is the beast.
Oh.
I
The
don't know
Beast.
about
Oh, wow.
that.
No, I think Allison's just coming back to play her ancestors. We've
Yeah.
heard, we've read on the webs, on the
maid of
interwebs,
Jaboudon.
and you know
The
it's her
Argent
family
ancestors.
that originally
Jaboudon?
got rid of the
Jaboudon?
beast.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie, shout out to you. Stephanie's prediction is that it's Deputy Strauss as the beast.
Oh, the guy in the
Oh.
high
Yeah.
school, the blonde cop,
That's
who had his
that
finger
kinda-
on the trigger. I noticed
That
that.
did
Yes,
throw.
he did.
That might
He
be a
was
good
ready
one,
to kill.
Stephanie.
Believe in the supernatural. Like,
I
what
think
was he
it's-
hinting at?
I think
Yeah.
it's a student though. But I did really like that part where you know the cops are with Stiles and Scott, and they're like, "What's your theory?" And they're like, "Well, do you guys believe in the supernatural?"
Yeah.
What have
They
you
gotta
heard?
tell him. They have to tell him.
You guys, we have to go back to Stydia. Like, I love Stydia, and the fact
That's
that
like all up and down my Instagram sometimes too.
Me
There's
too.
there's a big Stydia community out there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
well, you guys teased us with it. You never gave us it. You know, it's like you held the ice cream in front of us, let us smell it. We watched it melt.
Isn't that the best TV though?
Yeah, it keeps you wanting
It's
more.
one.
Yeah, definitely.
Metaphor.
Thanks. Thanks to do what I can. Well, you know, clearly Stiles needs Lydia. That's what I got out of this. And they're going to get her next episode. And I can't wait. But do you guys think that the pack's going to be successful?
Well, they're working
they
on
have
season 6, so they gotta be, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe,
getting
maybe
Lydia
not.
out.
Oh,
Are we going to get Lydia out? Of
well,
Icon
I
House?
think.
I think so
yeah.
because she makes a Banshee makes a great addition to the pack. You know, to the group, to the dynamic. She's gonna come back and save the day.
Can't do this without you.
Well, I want
We
this,
really
but
can't.
her mom's really against it.
I mean, but Styles already stole the car. They are going to.
Yeah.
They are about to wreak havoc.
I love Stiles because he's like the sweet, like, oh, we're rooting for you. Wake up, we love you. And then still the bad boy. Well, I'm just gonna steal this. I'm gonna bust my
Yeah.
friend.
Oh yeah.
Trying to tell me no,
all
mom.
No boundaries with that guy, and that's what I love about Brayden is there's no boundaries.
Oh, none at all. Except for when Malia tells me not to shoot Theo, apparently. Other than that, there are no boundaries to that girl.
That would have been
looked how
a
that
dream
worked
come
out.
true for me and the rest of all the Theo haters. Seriously, I
Yeah.
do not like Theo.
But you know, though, I got to give a shout out, though, because he's doing such a great job with Theo. Like, he's getting a lot of hate. And see, I have to shout him out because I was getting all that hate. But he's doing such a great job that people hate him so much. But he's just doing some great acting.
Great actor.
You know, Brayden wanted to shoot him, but me, Meagan, I didn't want to shoot him.
Aw. Wouldn't it be funny if he turned out to be the Beast all along and he didn't know it?
Oh,
Dun,
right.
dun, dun.
Dun,
It's like they
dun,
don't know,
dun.
right? They don't know they're the Beast, and he's like trying to steal the Beast's power. But what if it's himself? What if he's competing with himself?
He's trying
Uber
to.
twist.
Maybe he knows that he's the Beast and he's trying to get rid of it, trying to cure himself.
Maybe,
if Theo was the Beast, he would
subconsciously.
want to be the Beast.
Yeah, he wants
I mean,
the
there's
He wants
power.
that power.
I feel like he
that
would.
control.
Yeah.
It's about him remembering.
Okay, all right.
Like, there's a Beast inside all of us. I get
Someone
it.
was with me. Thank you. Oh gosh, sorry. In the chat.
What did the chat say? Check in with the chat.
Where is this
They love-
chat?
they
I'm
love
going to
Cody
get on this
Christian.
thing. Start answering questions.
Let's see. Nicholas wanted to shoot Theo this whole time.
I love Cody Christian. Someone said I love Cody Christian.
Yeah, he's doing a great
look.
job.
Oh, that's right. That's true. He did see the Beast with his own eyes. It can't be him. That's
Great
I remember-
observation.
Yeah, good. Thanks,
Thanks for
Nicholas.
scratching my theory.
That's still pretty good, though. I like that. That's
As long as we're all
great
wrong.
thinking.
CC Free thinks that Theo will be redeemed.
Really?
All right.
So
Well, let's just talk about Theo. Did you guys feel a little romance with Malia when he was about to give her that shot?
Yeah.
I felt like he was.
No.
He was having a moment where he was trying to throw her off with that kiss.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
I mean,
no.
the scene was very seductive. I love the way that was written because it definitely draws you in because it's like, what is he gonna do? But then he punctures her with that thing. So I didn't really think that there was like a chemistry going on, but I thought it was a very seductive scene.
I
it was a
mean,
Lady Gaga bad romance.
It
if
sure
it
was.
is.
You and your pop
She had a
culture
nice
references. Love it.
Had to throw at least one in.
So let's talk about Malia and her mother. I mean, what kind of mother
That woman's
tells
crazy.
her daughter, like, tries to kill her daughter because she thinks that's how she'll get her power back? Which I think we talked about this in earlier seasons. We thought that's probably why she wanted to kill her daughter, is that, you know, she lost some of her powers when
Oh,
she
you
had a
guys
baby.
called that? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think we did.
Yeah.
We're just gonna pretend like we did.
You're like, I'm
Yes.
ready. I saw the
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
'cause
it sucks, man. I mean, everyone has relationship issues with their parents at some point in their life, but to have your mom literally try to kill you, I don't really
scary
have any
stuff.
earthly
That's intense.
Yeah, no.
way
guys.
to like, relate to that.
At least she still has a great father. Oh, wait.
Not there either.
That's not.
Peter!
Poor thing.
I hope for Peter. He's gonna come back and he's gonna come full circle. I love Ian Bowen.
Save the day.
Yes, definitely. Well, you know what, guys? The thing that we learned about Malia, though, this episode is she's not like her mom. She's a hero. She saves Deaton, which kind of, like, you know, she kind of finds her identity in this episode because she's always been on the fence about, you know, Scott, you don't want me in your pack. I'm doing bad things. But she came through today, and it actually, like, he interrupted, you know, her natural instincts to fight off her mother and kill her mom. And she went and saved someone.
Yeah, she thought about it
That's
though.
great. Oh, I was waiting for her to kill her. As bad as that sounds, I was really waiting for that to happen.
Well, is it going to happen again? Is her mom going to keep, like, hunting her?
Yeah.
I
say
think so,
absolutely.
yeah.
She wait. I mean, the full moon's coming, right? I mean, comes every
Yeah.
month. So
Yeah.
she's gonna be there. Hey guys, by the way, our Skype is down, so please shoot us some questions for our actor and our writer in the studio. We will ask them for you in the
Yes,
chat.
and we'll let you know if it starts working again. Sorry about that, guys. Let's move on to Liam and Scott. So I kind of feel like, and let me know what you guys think, I think that Liam is going to actually choose Scott over Hayden because in this episode we see Hayden hitting him up on text and he's ignoring her to actually be there with Scott in that moment. So I think it's going to come down to him saving Scott or Hayden. What do you guys think about that?
Well, it sounds like his priorities are finally turning around.
Yeah, that is the big takeaway.
I don't know. I mean,
We got that whole explanation.
I feel like the trust is back between the two, Liam and Scott. So I think momentum moving forward all around.
You think so? You think he's going to keep ignoring Hayden and try this bromance out again with Scott, or what?
I think he's a teenage boy, and he's not going to avoid Hayden. But I do hope that they grow just a little bit closer. He has a little bit more loyalty towards Scott. That's what I'm hoping. Because he still hasn't said sorry. And that's
right. Exactly. When's that going to come, Angela?
I say that hasn't happened, by the way.
Yeah. Jeez. I love that he finally does call him out on that, that he still has not apologized. But I say
just apologize.
Yeah, it's not too late to apologize.
It's not too late.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, and Hayden is pretty much impossible to ignore. She'll just walk right up and slap you. I mean, she wants to be seen. She'll be seen.
Angela, what can you tell us about this chimera coming back from the dead, like Pet Cemetery? Like they're all kind of in this trance, and like they're bad, but they're acting like they used to, but they're bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, death does that to a person.
Yes.
Really bad, I would assume. But yeah, that story continues on actually, even into season 6.
Ooh.
That source of that resurrection fluid that Theo pulled out of that tank and injected into those chimeras. It's like, that story is only just begun.
Ooh. Death is only the beginning.
Goodness. I would like to resurrect quite a few other creatures, so I don't know what the death time is, how long you have.
Oh, yeah, the expiration date.
Yeah. You know what? Scott has not been feeling good this season. We might be having to resurrect Scott. What do you guys think?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm hoping that they get into... I really hope not. I'm hoping that they do get into a fight where Liam gets a chance to save him, because I feel like that's when he'll finally say, I'm sorry, and I'm waiting for that.
Sorry might come after death. I'm afraid.
No.
AD.
Well,
sorry, AD.
You might be right.
Hashtag
You
sorry.
might be right, but I really hope we don't see Scott die again.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would just die. That wasn't a joke, guys. It's serious.
I can never tell with you anymore.
You guys, let's talk about Parish. So it seems like he's going to be fighting the Javuda at the end of this thing.
That's cool
It's
with me.
going to be a showdown. And we get a little bit of his backstory, which I always like.
Cool.
Yeah.
So maybe you can clear this up for me, Angela. So he was like an explosive ordnance disposal in Afghanistan. So because of his flame resistance, he was able to like set the bombs off, or did that come because of Afghanistan? Was he born with this, or that came from war?
You're gonna get that story almost in full in I think it's 517.
Okay,
We
it's
get a
like 3
little
more
bit
episodes. We
hellhounds.
get that.
Yeah.
I'm excited about
But
that.
yeah, you'll find out all the deeds, and it's tied to Beacon Hills.
That's
cool.
Well, he was called there. I mean, do you guys have any predictions about that?
About him,
like in Afghanistan. So was it the being in war? Is this like a post-war that he is able to become the Hellhound, or was he born
is it like
the
trauma?
Hellhound?
Is it like war trauma?
Right.
Is what you're saying. I could see that, but I'm waiting to see what actually happens. That's what I'm not gonna predict anything.
Something that might have been a part of him to begin with that just came out at that point. Because how do you grow up your whole life not burning yourself? And I burn myself like every time I cook ramen.
I do love though that we see Gerard when he throws the flame at his eye, and he's like, "So if you were wrong, would that just have burned my eye?"
I mean, but
Yep.
I like the line. This guy's your father, and he goes, "Wasn't my choice."
Right. I love it.
Amen.
So Deucalion's back.
I'm a plastic surgeon on the show.
Wait, what?
Well, he scratched my face, so I sent out a tweet last night saying that, yay, Deucalion's back. He's the one that did all the work on my face, referring to the scars. He didn't, not actual work, y'all. It's I've had no work done.
Megan's like, he's the reason I have to show up to work 2 hours early
pretty
every
much.
day.
Actually, yeah.
So can we predict more scars from Deucalion? Is this going to be Braden Deucalion 2 showdown?
I can't,
I know.
it's weird because I want to answer it, but it's like, I have to just sit here. But that would be really
Give us
awesome.
something. Do a dance or something.
I know.
Can you do an interpretation of what's going to happen?
That's definitely not going to be happening.
Charade predictions.
But I mean, the cool thing about him coming back last night, like it would be, well, who knows if Braden and Hoechlin will see each other again, but that would be a really, really awesome scene because it's like, hey, look what you did. Then hopefully that would bring about a big old fight.
I think so. I think he deserves a matching scar. And I have a question, Angela. I felt like Hoechlin and Scott left off on a good note. Like he was this peace hippie and all was good. So did losing his vision again cause his hatred to come back?
That's the idea. He comes back and he's like blind again. That would kind of probably piss me off too.
Yeah.
So, and especially if he felt like he was set up for that.
I can really see where he's coming from.
Okay, that was yours for today. Got it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm done.
But again, there's more.
Well,
Stay tuned.
apparently Theo is going to help him get Scott's eyes as long as he helps Theo gets the beast's power. But as we've seen Theo betray everybody else, what is going to happen when Theo betrays the wrong wolf, as in Hoechlin?
Oh, I can't wait.
Eat his eyeballs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he might take his eyeballs. What's wrong with Theo's eyeballs? We like
Nothing's
Scott.
wrong with Theo's eyeballs.
Take
They're
Theo's
not red.
eyeballs.
That's the problem.
I think we
that's
just like
his
to say
exactly.
that.
Why not just take his? But no, he needs the eyes of the alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Theo's.
Yeah, Theo, he's not really at that level yet.
All right, fine. Well, it looks like the pack is going to be back together. They're back together at the end of this episode. And Braden, are you now a part of this pack?
I don't know. I think I'm just that person that they just call on when they need. They definitely have their little pack going on, within the high school kids. But if they need somebody, they just give Braden.
They know who.
They shoot me a text.
Call Braden.
I don't feel like Braden's much of a joiner.
Yeah,
Braden is
exactly.
like
She's kind of like on her
lone
own,
wolf.
and honestly, I think with her being a mercenary, she doesn't really want to be in a pack with a bunch of teenagers. But they know that if they need her, she's right there. So she's like the unofficial pack member.
I like
Nice.
it. Well, it looks like we're going to get Lydia next episode, which is just the whole pack's going to be there. Lydia has, her badass powers that we saw finally in this episode. How'd you guys like that? She finally channeled that
Hey,
voice.
We're all caught up. About time.
The timeline
Yeah.
catches up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked it.
One big circle.
I like that Meredith came back to teach her. Well, let's go ahead and get into an exclusive AfterBuzz TV interview.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Oh my gosh, we're an exclusive.
I'm not ready for that, right? So I want to know, for both of you, what were your early influences in your writing and your acting and how that manifests into your work today?
Good question.
Oh, well, thank you.
I was always just like a big reader. I was like just all the stuff you read as a kid, even that sticks into your mind, and start back to Dr. Seuss. All that
I like
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
I see Dr. Seuss and T-Mole.
You can see all kinds of influences. We reference everything from classic literature to Superman 2. Like,
Oh, I've noticed.
so nerdy child.
She gives all the references.
Culture references for sure.
And of course Star Wars, which everybody's talking about right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're big Star Wars nerds and Lord of the Rings nerds.
That's.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask because the Dread Doctors to me remind me so much of the Cybermen from Doctor Who. Was that a thing at all, or did I just see that
You
because I
know
wanted
what?
to?
There are a couple of us who watch Doctor Who. I've never seen an episode of Doctor Who. But the Dread Doctors were originally going to be the Plague Doctors. What'd you think?
She said mean. He said mean there.
Oh, am I gonna get hate on online now? Because I'm Doctor Who.
Nah, I'm right there. We'll stand together.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. But
They were originally
you
Dread
seen
Doctors.
those Plague Doctors?
Yeah,
from like
from the Black Plague.
Plague, and they put
The
like
beak.
incense in
Yeah.
their beaks to keep away from. But we ended up moving away from that to do something more modern and.
I love their story, the fact
Interesting.
that they have preserved their bodies. I mean, I see this coming in the new future, in the near future for our society. Unfortunately, I mean, we're manufacturing organs right now.
Yeah, it's
So
kind of crazy.
It's getting kind of crazy, but it's getting kind of Teen Wolf realistic.
Did you see the human ear on the back of the rat?
What?
That's freaking me out. I saw it online yesterday.
No, it's getting
Straight from Teen Wolf.
Straight out
Science
of Teen
slab.
Wolf.
Science slab on Teen Wolf.
Oh, that's nasty.
What about you, Megan? What were some early influences for you?
I would say, like, when I was a little girl, like, it sounds so crazy, but there was this show on MTV called My So-Called Life, which Claire Danes was, like, the lead of that show, and I don't know, I loved watching her and seeing her portray the character. I also really loved Kirsten Dunst. Halle Berry, all of them were just really, really big influences. And so I just remember watching them on TV, including Tom Cruise, who I also thought was really cute. But I don't know, there was just something about TV and acting that I was just like, wow, I want to be like them. Like, I remember watching Little Women. I might be aging myself a little bit here, but Claire Danes was also in Little Women. And Kirsten Dunst was in Little Women. And I was just like, you know what? I want to be like these girls. Like, I just love how they were portraying things, and it just kind of just manifested itself at the age of 7. And
Wow.
here I am.
Early on.
Yeah.
I want to know from 5B, what was your favorite moment on set so far?
5B. Oh, it's the one that's currently airing.
Yeah,
now?
this current one that's
Oh,
airing. What was your favorite?
Well, it's got to be something from this episode. If I say anything else,
Well,
I'm in fire.
Well, even just
mine
something
does
funny
actually
on
happen
set.
to be in this episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and
Still.
it's Meredith screaming to throw Lydia. I love that
Yeah,
moment
that was
because
cool.
she's like, you think you're all in your mind, you think you have no power, you think you're weak. Let me show you. And she goes flying, and she's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I love that
was
journey she
good.
takes.
That was really good. I don't know. I don't know. I could just say, like, there's another episode that's coming up where, Jeff wanted Braden to kind of channel, like, this Terminator thing.
Oh.
So, but it's just funny. If you think of the Terminator, you think of Arnold Schwarzenegger with the shotgun straight up in the air, and he's kind of just, like, walking around all crazy and machine-like. Yeah, I kind of, like, do something like that in like, these episodes coming up.
Oh.
So I just remember busting up laughing because I thought it was hilarious, but I really liked it because it made me look pretty badass. So.
Nice.
So
Looking forward to that.
They say the unconscious mind can be a writer's and an actor's best friend. Does that help you guys at all?
Yeah, Jeff actually refers to the unconscious writer a lot in the room. Like, when we'll find something, sometimes we'll wrestle with a problem or a scene or solution for days, and then we find it planted somewhere in the series history. It's like unconscious writer. Like, we put it there for ourselves a long time ago.
So how do you use that?
I'm not sure you can consciously use the unconscious writer.
Yeah.
You just have to look for it.
Thinking about it, it's like when you're unconscious, you don't kind of have the fears that you've maybe grown to have as an adult and those emotions. So I can see how that would really help, especially in acting.
Absolutely.
In writing.
I think, well, it is unconscious when it's coming from the director's perspective. Like, there's been times where I've gone in with a choice where I was like, okay, this is how I'm going to play. This is what I'm going to do. This is where I think the Braden's going. But then the director, well, like I said, for me, it's unconscious because I didn't think of it. But coming from him, he comes in from a completely different perspective. And just having that placed upon it, it can change the entire thing. So it's just interesting where ideas and opinions and other people's perceptions of how a character should be played, like where it comes from, because sometimes you can use it because it can change the entire performance.
I like that.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Do a wave with it. Do a wave. Pageant wave. Randomly.
That's the beauty of the collaboration, though.
Yeah.
Too.
Before we continue, we actually have someone who wants to know what happened to Braden and Derek. Are they still together? Did they break
I
up?
have been waiting for that
question. No.
They are very much still together.
Oh.
Okay.
Especially, according to both Tyler and I, they are still together. I do remember asking Jeff, though, I was like, so, what is going on? And, yeah, they are still together. They're not on screen together right now. She's, Braden's helping Malia in the whole situation. But, yes, no, they're still together.
Ah, look at that.
Yeah.
There you go.
And hopefully, there'll be like a little reunion, and then there they are. That'd be really cute. Put that in there. Derek and Braden just boom in.
I would love that. Do we have any questions from the chat that you guys would like to take?
Everyone is kind of still very much on board asking all of these are saying ask about Derek.
Derek.
Just in a row. You guys caught that. Everyone is
Piper Charms asks, do any of the actors on set prefer method acting Which I think is an interesting question, because if you're living the life of a wolf,
Some intense method acting.
pretty intense
Yeah,
life.
that's pretty intense. Everybody's definitely taking their jobs very seriously. There's definitely nobody like, crawling around on all fours doing the wolf thing or anything, but everybody's definitely very deep into their characters, but no one is to the point where it's like you can't even go up to them and have a conversation. Like, everybody's still very much themselves, but when we're on, we're on. Yeah.
Nice.
Without being a wolf all day.
I mean, not all of us can do it.
Is there something you
It's
do
tough.
to like get into Braden's character, like right before you go on?
Honestly, it's just I'll just take like a few moments, like before we come out of our trailer. I'm just making sure that I'm in the moment. I'm sitting in my thoughts, like in Braden's thoughts. Because I mean, if I go in there as Meagan, it's gonna be a completely different take. So I have to really just like settle in the fact that okay, I'm a mercenary. I'm this badass, fearless girl, and that literally does help me to do the dialogue correctly, because if you don't have that, then the entire tone is off.
I'm going to wake up with that mentality tomorrow.
What, to be a badass, fearless
I'm a
person?
mercenary.
I'm a
Yeah,
mercenary.
I'm
I'm
a
a badass,
mercenary.
strong woman. Here we go.
With a little snap and away.
And the pageant wig.
Snap and then pageant wig.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the costuming helps you though too? Because I feel like Braden dresses very differently than you.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, the boots, the whole motorcycle boots thing, that's I don't know. That whole thing is just really like sexy to me, especially when I had the motorcycle. Anytime we did any scenes with that, man, I was method in the character. But now that I haven't had the bike and it's mostly just like the shotgun has been like my co-star, definitely holding that. I mean, that can only do one thing but put you in this very like, okay, you're here to do a job, and this is what your job is. Now go shoot somebody.
Have you ever shot shotguns before in real life?
No. I mean, the one that we use on set is actually real. It's just not loaded.
Really?
So, I mean, I don't know if that counts. But actually, like, being at, like, a shooting range or something, no. I mean, maybe, like, on a video game or something.
Time Crisis 4 in the arcade?
Yeah. Well,
I feel
Resident Evil. Does
Okay.
anybody know anything about Resident Evil?
Oh, yeah.
Like zombie. See, I'm more of, like, a zombie game kind of freak. Yeah, I'm a little weird.
Call of
It's
Duty.
not weird at all.
Yeah, I play Call of Duty.
Boom.
Yeah.
Like you even more and more. Every
Yes.
sentence you speak.
Yes.
The fans are going crazy.
Yes. Oh my
It's
god.
because I'm, like, a half fangirl now, I guess.
I wanted to ask you,
yes,
Angela, about the writing process. Now,
Yeah.
I don't think people really know how many hours you guys
Oh
are there.
my
You're
God.
probably going back to work after this. Can you just talk about the writing process and what do you do if you're like stuck?
We're kind of in the, since we're not shooting right now, there's slightly less pressure, so we'll leave by like 7 or 8, and so it's not, but
That's early.
I think our record is like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
Like, we're
it's
come
pretty
in at
ridiculous.
10 a.m.
And
just go.
they're even still like nailing it out even while we're filming. We're like, hey, where is everybody? They're over there like working and still planning and getting thoughts and stuff together. So they put in a lot of hours.
There was something your line, outfox the fox, that we were working on that scene
Yeah.
as they were shooting. Like Jeff was
Oh,
running
man.
out to
Wow.
set with
Yeah.
more lines for that.
Wow.
Those great lines, and yeah,
That's
we
crazy.
worked on that.
Are there like games you play in the writer's room that kind of like help you guys stir up these crazy
Yeah, 'cause
ideas?
what happens when you get writer's block? Like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
you
can
can't
only
have
imagine.
writer's block. Yeah, that's
Man.
not allowed. But Jeff, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's okay. I'm just gonna say anyway that he just like pays for a gym on set.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like we have a weight
gym's
room,
the
a
bomb.
cardio room, and we have a yoga teacher who comes on Fridays.
Oh, that's
So it's like if you really need to work something out, there's outlets for that, and it's it's always actors, writers, editors in there just trying to get their creative juices pumping, get the blood flowing.
Yeah.
And
Is that when you kind of start writing? Is that the inspiration for writing? You get in, you get around those other people, and then the juices kind of like when you're at work, or do you write Teen Wolf in the shower when it comes to you? Is the inspiration for
shower
writing
ideas
come?
are the best ones
Yeah.
most of the time, yeah. And then you come in and you present it to the group, and either they're like, "That is insane," or "That's inspired."
I was naked and wet when I thought of it.
Well, but like, oh wait, shit. I can't remember what's aired.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
I can't remember.
Go ahead and give us all the spoilers you want. Feel free. But yeah, I'm looking forward to more Lydia in Parish if she gets out.
Yes.
that will be exciting because I feel like we've only really gotten that in shower scenes. Speaking of shower, that's where I was going with that. And so I'm hoping that comes to fruition.
You know what I think could be cool? What if you're right and she's the maid of Javudon, and then she and Parish team up to take down the beast?
Oh, that would be amazing.
And then it's super
And they
romantic
make out.
and badass.
And they make out.
In the rain to slow jams.
I like that. Oh my gosh,
Which actually leads into a question.
Okay.
Yeah, Mary CSB asks about the thought process for the songs in the background of the scenes, which I think we saw a really great one tonight when they had the I Know Who I Am Now, when it was playing after Malia makes her big choice, and I was like, oh, spot on.
Oh, yeah. Love that song. And Laura's been on the show a couple times
She
on
has.
AfterBuzz. Yeah, our music supervisor. She pulls
The bomb.
all those songs out herself. She'll look at the cuts, start reading the scripts, look at the cuts, and she just spends hours and hours looking for those
She's
perfect
working with
songs.
you guys. She's working with editors. She's bouncing around, figuring out the best chemistry
It's
for
like,
it.
Finding
here's
the
the
best.
headphones. Listen, what do you think?
Yeah, really? Totally. Well, the board's with the editors. She'll email them options, but she'll be like, you should use this song, trust me. And I mean, 9 times out of 10, of course, she is 100% right.
I have secretly asked her for date night playlists.
Oh my goodness.
They're really, really good.
Yeah.
They're magical, I'll say that.
I might secretly ask you for that.
I know
Yeah.
that too. I'm
That's
like, wait, send that to me.
Lala Webb's got
Not
the
a
secrets.
secret if you say it on air.
Well, thank you guys for answering all of our nitty gritty crazy questions. Let's go ahead and roll into predictions.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is when you guys spoil everything.
I know, right? Because then we look at Angela on every question.
And I'll be like,
I know.
All right, well, I think a lot of things. But first of all, I think Lydia is going to be back with the pack next week, but I think it's not going to be before Stilinski has that conversation with Lydia Martin's mom, Mrs. Martin. And good news is Susan and Lyndon are going to be in studio with us next week. So, so hopefully they can shed some light on that. But I feel like Susan's kind of in a trance. Lydia's mom's in a trance because, like, what mother? I know she's trying to do what she can for her daughter, but it seems like she's not thinking clearly right now.
Even when she signed her into Eichen House, it was a little bit of a weird exchange. So maybe there is something going on there.
well, you know, she's had that sense of denial of the supernatural, like that scene, and I don't remember exactly which episode it is in A, when Malia's leaving school, and Susan's telling her, it's like, I think you need to concentrate on school. Malia closes her eyes. She doesn't blink. She doesn't flinch. Like, she knows. And she's like, you need to stay in school. And then there's that scene that's in the next Dawn for next week. We get a little bit more about why that's her philosophy, why she thinks
I think there's some history there that we're gonna get. Obviously, you know, she has a past. She's lived in Beacon Hills, and maybe she knows some secrets. We had that like very weird bathroom scene with the grandmother that we've never really. Yeah, that comes back to haunt me. But I feel like there's a lot more to that story. So hopefully
Well, I'm
we'll get
happy
that.
that we're finally getting that because all of the parents have some type of ties to the supernatural that we finally get to know about, and to find out what hers is like, so that's
gonna be
Cool.
What do you guys
predictions.
think?
What do you think?
Oh,
Do you want to have a joint prediction?
do you think we're on that much of the same page?
Are we at that level? Have we reached that
They're
level?
on the same ship.
they've been
fans ship them. The fans ship
Been at sea for quite some time.
You want to drop anchor and school these fools or what?
All right, let's go.
Don't
All
you
right,
love them?
so Lydia is the maid of the Javudon, and
Parish obviously is Hellhound. We already know that.
so they are going to
Team up, just like in the painting.
and
Crush.
fight the
Fight the beast.
And
win the
Battle.
Win the show.
and win the battle of
And the hearts of all
and the hearts
who
of
watch
all
it.
who watch it.
All right.
Boom, that's a prediction.
might work just a little.
I think that was like sizzle, sizzle, crackle, pop.
Kind of.
You guys, I don't think Lydia can throw a spear. I think she's like a street fighter.
But this is the thing. I don't think she's gonna throw a spear. I think she's gonna break something with her voice and then harness her energy to spear them
With a shattered piece of broken table leg.
Yeah, something.
that just happens to resemble a spear. Okay.
Yes.
Spear-like remnants of her vocal destruction.
How about you guys,
Boom.
Angela and Megan? Any last thoughts about what's to come that you can give us?
I predict.
I'm thinking of you. I mean,
You can give us something.
I like how you look at each other.
Angela Harvey, writer of Teen
I
Wolf.
know. Listen.
I predict 6 more episodes.
I know, right?
At the end.
All right.
Yeah. I can't say
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to say to the fans of AfterBuzz Teen Wolf and
Yeah.
your show? And
A lot of
everything
them,
about
you know, obviously would like to be sitting where you guys are, actor, writer. Do you have some sort of like industry advice you can give those guys?
Yeah, I would just say to anybody that's wanting to be, you know, an actor, an actress, like just do it. You know, there's going to be so many people telling you not to do it. They're going to say, oh, but you're too short, you're too this, they don't have enough of this, they don't have enough of that. Like, just don't listen to any of those things. Like, if it's something that you want to do, take your classes, learn your craft, you know, meet people, network, do what you got to do, but just, you know, stay focused and just go after it.
I like that.
Right.
Be fearless and strong.
Like Brayden.
Yeah. Like Brayden.
Yeah, those boots.
Yes. Not these. These are like not matching.
Stop it.
I couldn't change them. Anyway, so what advice would you like to give?
Angela, how do we become the best writer on Teen Wolf?
You just
Maybe
have
not.
to write.
Right.
And
Write
that's
on
the
some.
thing. It's like, it's you're alone. You gotta write, and then you have to show it to people. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't get over that little hurdle, because they're like, oh, it's mine, it's my baby. You're never gonna get any better until you find somebody to read it, and you have to have that sample to be prepared. I think a lot of people want to be writers in Hollywood, and then they meet somebody like, you're gonna give me my opportunity. Sure, send me what you wrote, and you don't have it. You gotta be prepared. Like, luck meets opportunity.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, luck is where preparation meets opportunity.
That's it. I couldn't remember that. Thank you.
Someone wrote it.
Someone wrote
Somebody
it.
wrote it.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Well
guys
put.
so much for
Yes.
joining us tonight. I think we got a lot of answers, and just you guys being here made the show awesome. Where can the fans keep up with you? Whether you guys have, you know, your personal websites or something else you're working on, where can we follow you and keep up with what you're doing?
Definitely on social media. I mean, I'm on that thing like a crazy person. So for Twitter and Instagram, it's at Meagan Tandy. Snapchat, it is Tandy Meg. Yeah.
I like it.
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Nations Film. I'm not on Snapchat.
Yeah, no, that's good though.
That's a lot for me.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
it's addicting anyway.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
too
add
much.
on to your social media addiction.
Yeah, it's too much.
You guys can follow me at Cinematic Escape, and you can follow AfterBuzz TV at AfterBuzz TV.
And keep in touch with me at Tezeno on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat, since we're throwing that out there.
Follow me on Twitter at Elena Jordan, ALANAJORDAN, and on Instagram at That Elena Jordan Girl.
And I'm Ryan Malaty. You guys keep up with me at Ryan Malaty, Malaty. Let's give you one last screenshot pose. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
We're never in your screenshot, Ryan.
Do the big one, do the big one.
Oh, wait, wonderful.
And for you
Now
guys,
for you
go!
guys.
Oh.
Shoot us a tweet.
You guys, we do over 120 shows here at AfterBuzz TV. So if you're not just watching Teen Wolf and you're following other shows on MTV or NBC or CBS, we probably do an after show for it. So catch up with those on AfterBuzzTV.com. Thank you guys. Join us next week, and thank you, Megan and Angela, for joining us once again.
Thanks for having us.
You guys download, rate, subscribe, and then have a good night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.